So I've talked about the spine previously, and today we're going to talk about spinal abnormalities, what a normal spine should be, and what the most common abnormalities are. Your spine consists of 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5 sacral vertebrae. They are fused, so people don't think of them as actual vertebrae, but there are 5 specific areas to the sacrum, and your coccyx on the bottom, which is the primal tail. Used to be our tail apparently. But this does actually have some mobilisation. Some people it sticks in, some people it sticks out. There should be a gentle curve here. The curves of the spine are called lordosis and kyphosis. The reason there are curves in the spine is for shock absorbency. If we had a straight spine, as we moved and walked, it'd be like stepping on stone all the time. It'd just be bang, bang, bang as you moved. Be no shock absorbency at all, and the disc would just bulge out of the spine. So there are 3 curves in the spine to act like a suspension system. You have a cervical lordosis in your neck. Just like to take your neck backwards towards the ceiling. You have this curve here, cervical lordosis. You have a thoracic kyphosis that goes from the shoulders down to the lumbar spine. Just bend forward. And that's a curve out the way. So Anton is exaggerating that just now. Come back up. So that's this curve here, and again exaggerated, that's a curve in the way. At the bottom of the spine you have a lumbar lordosis, which again, similar to cervical, is a curve in the way. So you have those 3 curves, a nice S shape through the spine. So as you're moving, walking, sitting, moving, these curves all are elastic, expand and contract, and it allows the body to take up the forces generated up from the floor and against gravity. So abnormality, so this nice curve in the spine here is perfectly normal. There should be no abnormalities, no problems there at all. For an overlordotic spine, that can be either in the cervical spine, so that would be if somebody had a poking chin. You can see how that exaggerates that curve in the thoracic spine. That's going to shorten the muscles in here over time and squash the vertebrae together at the back of the neck. Can be a big cause of headaches, especially from these muscles in here. So people who have chronic headaches with no particular medical cause, it can be down to posture, especially if you're sitting all day in an office. Back up again. Kyphotic posture generally refers to the thoracic spine below the shoulders. Scrunch forward. And that would be somebody who is in this position. Now you can see that also flattens off this curve at the bottom of the spine. Okay, now that forces you to look at the floor. So obviously we can't spend all day looking at the floor, we need to look straight ahead. So to look straight ahead, that would mean you would have a poking chin. So a kyphotic posture doesn't just mean overcurving this part of the spine. There has to be compensation elsewhere to keep your head level. Your head has to be level at all times, so you can see straight ahead, and the balance mechanisms between your ears can work properly. So the compensation there is to overcurve the cervical spine here. You flatten off the lumbar spine. That puts a huge strain on this area of the spine, and here also. The average head is about the weight of a bowling ball. If you imagine holding a bowling ball with a bent elbow all day, the muscle will be extremely tight and sore. So constantly these muscles are short, everything here is holding the weight of the bowling ball, and the pressure is pushing out in this part of the spine here. If you sit like this all day in, day out, your body is one of the most incredible adaptation machines ever invented. It'll adapt to it. So over time these muscles will stay short, you'll lose the stretch in the front of your abdomen as well. Your chest closes down so you can't breathe properly. Everything in the abdominal cavity in here gets squashed, your digestion gets disrupted. You get long and overstretched weak muscles in here. 20-30 years being in this position, it's extremely difficult to straighten back up again. It can lead to things like osteoporosis, can lead to arthritic damage in the spine, weakness in the muscles and the ligaments at the back of the spine. The discs at the front of the spine get squashed. It can lead to disc problems. So posture, proper correct posture, is one of the most important things you can think about day in, day out. Straighten back up again. Okay. We also have a hyperlordotic posture in the lumbar spine, which would be this. Now you can see here the muscles stick out from the back of the spine here. That's equally as bad as having a kyphotic posture. Your pelvis gets tilted forwards. Everything gets scrunched down in the back of the spine. It tends to make you pull your shoulders back and tighten across the shoulder blades. Lifts the ribs up at the front, so it's actually hard to take a normal breath out, and the abdominal muscle gets stretched and weak. So again, equally, in the opposite direction, it's just as bad. All the vertebrae at the bottom of the spine are going to take a huge impact as you're walking and moving. They're going to get squashed together, bruised. It's going to start to cause wear and tear. You're going to be tight across here. We can loose across the front of your chest. So again, the ideal posture is a slight lumbar curve. So to find this, you would put a finger on the front of your thorax, just here, the other hand flat on your lumbar spine. This part of the spine should stay still. Imagine a bit of string coming out the top of the head, lengthening up. You want to think about lengthening your spine all the time. That's going to open up the vertebrae and create more space for the discs to sit in comfortably. To find the perfect posture, you're going to extend your lumbar spine up as far as you can and then back off about 25%. At that time you're keeping the thoracic spine still, so just do that again. Thoracic spine stays still, you extend the lumbar spine and back off 25%. And bring the hand back round and relax down. So, perfect posture is balance. If I took a plumb line through the middle of the head, you go down to the ears, the shoulders, right down to the middle of the spine, into the ischial tuberosities, which are the sitting bones in the buttocks. That's where you should feel the pressure when you're sitting. And this allows for relaxed, comfortable and balanced movement. So if I give you one tip that's going to improve things for you, if anybody has back problems, it's be very mindful of the posture all the time. A good tip with this, because posture is just a habit in your subconscious part of the brain, is to get a pack of coloured sticky dots and stick these dots all over your house, your car, your phone, your office. Every time you see a dot, you're mindful of your posture, you improve your posture, put yourself in the right position, and over 3 to 4 or 5 weeks that'll start to change the old bad habits and rewire your brain for correct postural position. Thank you very much.